Vampire animes for me are a hit or miss. Sometimes they're pretty cool, but other times they just follow the typical neck biting, blood sucking, cape wearing Dracula theme. Now, arguably, I'm not the most well informed when it comes to vampire animes, and by that I mean I don't watch them at all. But I think this allows me to give a more general audience perspective when it comes to this genre of anime. And to put it in one word, Mars Red is promising. The story takes place in 1923 during the Taisho era of Japan. During this time, vampires have existed for a while, but only now did their numbers start increasing and are starting to become more dangerous. Funny how they've existed for a while now, but no one actually knows that this is a problem. Everyone's kinda just walking around like this dude wasn't just eaten alive. But anyway, in order to stop the vampires from, literally killing everyone, the Japanese government creates the Code Zero unit. Now, you may be wondering, well, how can you even fight against the vampires? Well, you just use your fucking own. Kurusu Shutaro is the main protagonist of the story, and yep, you guessed it, he's a vampire. He's basically the new guy in Code Zero and serves as our entry to the universe that is Mars Red. The other members of the unit include Suwa, who's a corporal of the Imperial Japanese Army and future best boy that people will definitely simp over. Takeuchi, who's essentially the mad scientist and the brains of the group, something I definitely won't be. But I like that he's giving me hella Hanji vibes from Attack on Titan. Maeda Yoshinobu, who's the captain of Code Zero and is actually the only human in the unit, also guaranteed simp material. Oh yeah, and then there's Yamagami, who's pretty much the group's lapdog. Poor guy. So as per the time of this recording, the pre-release for episode 1 is already out. And without spoiling the episode, I can say that the art style gives off a very Monogatari mixed in with Devilman Crybaby kind of vibe. And to some people, the animation may look a bit simple. Not to worry though, because those are the same people that think they know anime just because they watch Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia, and probably wrote a 20 long Twitter thread about why they're canceling the anime because they forgot to draw a strand of Todoroki's hair. But aside from the quote-unquote simplistic art style, the visuals are definitely a thing of beauty, not to mention the fitting music that really sets the whole atmosphere of the scene. It almost feels like you're watching a play. Wait, it actually is? What the fuck? Yes, Mars Red is actually a stage reading play written by Buno Fujisawa, and it's the first time that an anime is being adapted from a dramatic stage play, hence the title of this video. And from what I've seen so far from episode 1, the director really tries to show us the performance aspect of the story. And I'm not kidding when I say that at one point they literally put spotlights on the characters when they're talking to each other just to accentuate this feeling of almost watching a play in person. I could probably make an entire video reviewing the first episode of Mars Red, cause there are just so many things to talk about. Alright, it might seem like I'm talking this up to be the next Attack on Titan, and to those people I say, you better shut your ass up before I... But honestly though, I do agree that I've only really talked about how well they did the technical side of things. As for the plot itself, it's definitely still in the works. The story is still very fragile in the sense that there are too many things that the author still has to explain. Like, why is there an influx of vampires? Why are there vampires to begin with? Why does bungee gum possess the properties of both rubber and gum? Questions we need answers to. Because without a good plot, the series really falls flat on its face no matter how well it's produced. But obviously, this is only the beginning, and the first episode is probably just a prologue to set the tone for the rest of the series, so I'm definitely keeping my hopes up. But for the people who are too impatient for weekly anime releases, like me, there's actually a manga adaptation that was published way before the anime. And minor spoiler alert on this one, they actually answer a few key plot holes in the story, like how the Code Zero members turned into vampires and how they're being kept alive. So if you're really interested in Mars Red, then I highly suggest that you read the manga. The progression is pretty decent. The only problem is that the upload schedule, at least for the English translated manga, is horrendously inconsistent. Like, look at this. What the fuck am I looking at? So, to sum it all up, Mars Red is an interesting take on a classical anime theme, and if you're a fan of vampire animes and are looking for something different, or just a casual watcher that just wants a change of pace that's not too drastic, then I would definitely give Mars Red a go. Also, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video so I'll know when to make more of them. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.